Now, let's keep moving on here as we want to see which of the other American teams do we think can pull off a major upset in the brackets if they get there?
That's an interesting question in terms of upset, though. I mean, all of the American teams, fantastic rosters. We saw so many great plays from the U.S. Championship. But, going up against some of these European teams and rest of world potentially, because who knows what could happen in the pool play side of things. I don't know. I think we're definitely going to see some upsets.
Do you have any one team to look out for? I know you said FaZe to win it all.
Yes, I actually have, spoiler alert, FaZe to win it all. I think, it's tough for me because I think FaZe and Complexity may find themselves playing each other in the groups, but we'll discuss a little bit more how that, in the bracket rather, but we'll discuss a little bit more about how that works a little bit later on. However, I just have this feeling. They obviously have Proofy and JCap. They both finished second last year, and you'll hear Parasite, you'll hear Shane say, oh, it's about which team is hungry. And Complexity, they're always the most hungry. But I remember at the US Champs, I was sat next to Proofy and I was sat next to JCap, and I've never seen those two more hungry than to try and improve on their success from last year.
All right, let's go to Shane here. Shane, do you have any American team to look out for? Anyone who maybe isn't considered the top squad in the world right now, but could sneak into a top 4?
Well, obviously, as hard as Optic, I don't know, they didn't place that well as regionals, but you watch their streams and they want this win so bad, and obviously there's a lot of pressure on them. They're the biggest team in the world,
right?
And if they do bad, unfortunately they're going to let a lot of fans down. So it's either if the pressure doesn't get to them, then I think they could go on to win the event. To be honest.
All right, Shane's calling Optic possibly. Parasite, who's your pick, my friend?
I'd have to pick Envy. I agree that Optic has the most pressure on them. However, Envy is a very calm, composed team, and I think that if they keep that mentality going into the tournament and play their hardest, they're going to upset a few teams if they make it into the top 4.
Now, I had this team, and I totally canceled them out. It said they would not even win a game at the U.S. Championships. Rise totally proved me wrong at that event. Parasite, how strong do you think Rise will become the World Championship, and could they place in the money?
They definitely have the potential to. I'm honestly not sure if it was the maps that they got against us, but the maps they did play against us were really, really close, and they're extremely talented squad. They had a lot of strategies and stuff like that threw us off guard, especially in the Search and Destroys, which were at one point our strongest game mode going back into the regionals. So I mean, it depends on who they play in the bracket if they can make the money. I'm not too sure how that's going to work, but it really depends on their matchups. That's a team that they might not be the best team, but if they're matched up versus the right team, they can devastate their opponent.
Well, I definitely agree with everything that you just said there, and I do want to agree also with the team to watch from the U.S. They were the runners-up last year at the World Championships. Envy, you have Rambo playing with Merc, playing with Study and Nameless. I know these guys are equally hungry, going to get some fantastic LAN practice, or did, against TCM earlier in the week. So I think Envy is going to be my U.S. team to watch to improve upon their U.S. Championship placement and hopefully get back into that top 3. Let's talk now the international squads, the teams that are flying into the United States for this World Championship. Shane, I want to start with you on this one, my friend. Who is your first international team to look out for? You can include yourself, but give me one more.